Hello and welcome to the Next ReeVlog. I wanted to time that perfectly so that I could turn off the radio so Charles gets minimal disturbance, because I want to do the vlog in here today. I don't really have a reason for it, but I do, and so I will. And Charles likes it when there's background noise, and so I wanted to leave the radio on for as long as possible before the vlog began, whatever the correct term is there. Come on, I'm not quite tall enough, hang on. There we go. Head is still in the way of the light, which means still see me rather than just get the light. So today is the 1st of December. Happy new month, everyone. I today have, as usual, got a lot of stuff to do. I've got to do some readings for Tuesday, but I'll probably do some of that tomorrow. Even though I have a presentation to do tomorrow, I've got to finish prep for that. I've got Kung Fu with my brother at 3. I have Sword and Shield combat training between 10 and 2, which I'll have to go to. I will have to also take food with me. If I have any food to take with me. I think I finished all of the food that I batch cooked earlier this week. But I can take like a tin of spaghetti and a spoon or something. We'll see. But I also need to picture and weigh myself for my monthly tracking of weight and such. Because last month I put on weight, but my excuse was that I had just had Halloween happen, and I had been ill for about half of that month, so that's fair, and I hadn't put on much weight. This time, if I have put on weight, I won't mind because I think it'll be muscle because the increased exercise, again. The only issue is that I did drink a reasonable portion of alcohol Friday night, so that may have skewed the results slightly towards being heavier, due to the empty calories having been digested since then and all that. But we'll see. I haven't eaten or drank anything or gone to the loo or anything like that yet, because I want to have as non-biased type results as possible. So I'm just in here. I'm going to change over Charles's water and whatnot. Then I'm going to go and change into some shorts or just me underwear, take some pictures of me, and then go and weigh myself in the bathroom, and we'll see how much I weigh, I guess. Provided my scales still work and all that good stuff. Then that just means next month on New Year's Day is the final day for me to weigh myself, for the whole 12-month period, because so far I've done, actually no, yeah, it's been 11 months since then, so yeah, I do need to do then as well, so it goes across the whole 12 months. Oh god. But we will see how that goes, as I, well, that's going to be after Christmas and all that. So I'm going to have, Christmas meal, Boxing Day meal, leftovers, going paintballing with some friends, and there will almost certainly be alcohol consumption happening then. And so those 4 things combined will probably increase my weight over that period. Plus, I won't be going to uni after the 15th, apart from for a piece of coursework that I might need to hand in on the Tuesday, and any judo stuff that goes on, I will attend. But I don't think judo will be on outside of term time. Ooh. And then Kung Fu, the last one of those is on the 18th before next year. So my exercise is going to greatly diminish. So I will be eating more like heavy foods and then exercising less, which means that I probably won't be losing weight, I will be gaining weight. And the issue is I would be able to do the exercise on my own if it wasn't for the fact I had so much else to do, because on the Monday when I have the dentist, the Monday the 16th, I think it's the 16th, whatever, I will have the dentists, but I will also be doing work, the final work on my coursework for the following day, Tuesday the 17th. And this one light has been really irritating. But yeah, so Tuesday the 17th, I've got a piece of coursework due, and then I need to get that done and handed in by 3. I think it's an electronic submission, so I definitely want to hand it in on the Monday, because just in case I don't have it in on the Tuesday, I can then go somewhere else and then hand it in there, or go to uni and talk to people about it, because if I don't hand it in, well, if I hand it in late, I have a problem insofar as they will deduct points for a certain amount of time late, and it is worth half of the grade. And it's going to be really hard to get that done, because tomorrow is the day that I get my assignment, which will be the 2nd of December, which gives me 2 weeks to do a 3,500 word piece of coursework on literary imitation in the Italian Renaissance, which requires creative and critical parts, which is going to not be easy, but I can try. And that's why I have this book, Literary Imitation in the Italian Renaissance, the Theory and Practice of Literary Imitation in Italy from Dante to Bembo. And I am just over halfway through, on page 159. Started it yesterday, taking notes and whatnot, because one of the learning objectives for the module is to identify and therefore talk about, discuss critically the principles and practices of imitatio in the Renaissance, or in early modern literature, I believe it's technically termed, which so far McLaughlin doesn't have a great deal of solid stuff about. Like, I've got under 1 A4 page of bullet points regarding the matter, and I'm in 159 pages, but that's because they talk so much shite, and it's so hard to understand, because we have stuff like Indema Filiglia. Alberti's imitation of the Ciceronian dialogue is obvious, particularly in the first 2 books, where the dialogue conducted by the older interlocutors for the edification of young recalls the format of De Amicitia and De Senectute. That tells us nothing at all, at least that tells me nothing at all, about the nature, the principles and the practices of literary imitation in the Italian Renaissance. That just tells me that during the Italian Renaissance, someone imitated someone else, and it's particularly obvious that they did so in these parts of their work. But the thing is, I'm not going to read their works, partially because they're in either Italian or Latin for the most part, and I don't read either of those 2 languages, but also I don't have time. And I also need to read... I'll grab the book. It's over here. There we go. Virgil's Aeneid. Because the creative part of my creative critical project is to take part of Sir John Harrington's translation of Orlando Furioso and to make it more like Virgil's Aeneid. But in order to do that, I need to read the Aeneid, which hopefully won't be too hard. Preliminary. So it starts here, the story and its subject, Rome. The hero of the Aeneid is legendary Trojan, son of Anchises and the goddess Venus. Okay. Right. Aeneas. Principles, structure, continuity and stuff, poetic expression, language and sensibility. Yeah, I've got to read this thing. This isn't actually the Aeneid, this is an introduction to the Aeneid, but I couldn't find the actual Aeneid in the library. So I need to do that stuff for my final piece of coursework. But for my exam, which is the Friday before the piece of coursework is due, I need to read 2 books that I've got over there, a book that's in my bag, and that's all just for animism. Then I have Gnosticism stuff to do and a little bit to do with Buddhism. Anyway, I'm going to go turn back on Charles's radio and go and get changed because I'm beginning to get hungry, and I don't like being hungry, so yeah. But I will catch you cats on the flip-flop, and goodbye.